Welcome back to World History. I'm Mr. McCall. Today, what we're going to be focusing on is the key vocabulary, the key content terms that you just have to know to be successful with this. And you have to know, if you're going to know anything about the achievements, you have to know what the Gupta Empire was. And the Gupta Empire was an empire around 320 current era to about 550 current era. So several hundred years ago, uh, they were an empire in the northern portion of India, and they thrived. They did really well, and one of the things that they did really well was trading. And here we have a coin, and the coin would have been used for purchasing, exchanging, uh, items, goods, services. They built a lot of roads so that they had trade with their neighbors. So for my definition, I would say an empire in northern, I don't need to capitalize that, northern India, lasting from, let's say, 320 CE current era to 550 current era. Now I have here that it was ruled by the Guptas, and the Guptas were just the family that, the royal family that ruled the area. They ruled it by military force, and they also had some marriages. Sons and daughters of the Guptas married into other kingdoms, so they gained power that way. So if I was going to write a sentence, I would write the Gupta Empire became very successful. How about something other than very? The Gupta Empire thrived on trade with their neighbors. How's that? That's pretty good. Next up, we have alliance. Now for this one, I have a picture of the Miami Heat. I've said this numerous times. An alliance is a bond between individuals, groups, countries, states, to meet a common interest. And these guys, their common interest was they wanted a championship. The only thing I would add to this picture is Mario Chalmers. For our definition, I'm going to put a bond between groups to meet. How about a bond between groups that have a shared interest? And for my sentence, I would put the Gupta Empire was made of many alliances between Indian kingdoms. Because the Guptas are going to organize a lot of different kingdoms to try to meet a common interest. Next up, a province. Now what I have here is, basically this is modern day India, the subcontinent. We've studied that. And what we see are the different areas, the different provinces of the Gupta Empire. Now all of this that is colored a different shade of green or yellow is the Gupta Empire at some time or another. So it covered a large area. It did not cover this area. This is mostly the Deccan Plateau and the Western Ghats, so they didn't cover that area. So our definition, what I would say is it's a territory that's part of a country or empire. And I would say the Guptas split their empire into different provinces and let them make their own decisions. Wow, that's a long sentence. So the Guptas split their empire into different provinces and let them make their own decisions. This is actually one of the reasons the Guptas were able to have or lead to a golden age. They let the governors of the different provinces make decisions. So that helped them stay in power. Very similar to the system of federalism that the United States has. We have different states. You could consider those different provinces. And each state has its own government. We have our own governor. Each city has its own mayor. So they are more informed. They know what's needed in New York City more so than somebody that doesn't live in New York. Next up, Golden Age. I have a picture of some artwork from the Golden Age. This is actually part of their mythology, part of their religious beliefs in Hinduism. Krishna killing the horse demon Keshi, and this is from the Gupta period. I love the Gupta artwork. It's so intricate and highly detailed. So let's talk about a definition for Golden Age. This is just a period of great happiness, prosperity, and achievement. Now, when we talk about prosperity, we're talking about a great deal of success. So to prosper means that you're being very successful in all the things that you do. All right, and we're going to talk a great deal about all the different achievements that they had during this time period, ranging from universities, literature, sculpture, painting, art, metalwork, mathematics, and even the roads that helped them set up the trade that we discussed beforehand. So our sentence, I would write the Gupta Empire experienced a golden age that led to achievements in economics and trade. Well, let's just say trade. When we talk economics, we're just talking about buying and selling and trading. So I just put trade. You could very easily exchange that for economics. Now the last thing we have is philosophy, and this is not a picture from the Gupta Empire. This is actually Socrates, and this is Socrates on his deathbed. By the way, Socrates was actually a chubby guy, so this isn't a very accurate picture. He was famous for being very ugly, and this guy looks like an action hero with a beard. So what happened to Socrates? Well, he's being sentenced to death. This is a cup of poison. And he was sentenced to death because of his beliefs. He felt that people should always question the things around them. They shouldn't just take things for granted. So he was always going around trying to question people's beliefs. Why do you feel that way? And it got him in trouble. People got annoyed by that. So he was sentenced to death. And these are all his friends, and they're with him at his side, and they're trying to persuade him, don't take the poison, we'll help you, you can try to run away. And Socrates had a firm philosophy. He had a firm philosophy that he should not break the law. He felt that because they assigned that consequence to him, he had to follow it. He drank the poison and he died. So our definition, philosophy is a set theory or set of beliefs that you live by. Socrates' philosophy led to to his death. Alright, so those are our key terms for this chapter. You should know all of them. If you don't know all of them, you won't be successful with this lesson, with the test that you'll be coming up to. The goal today was to develop an understanding of key content terms. I hope this was edifying. I know it was long. Take care. Goodbye.